Hello, this video is going to show you how to create a new room in DocuSign for your forms. So if you're wanting to have a couple of extra exclusive buyer agencies or exclusive right to sell, or even a seller's disclosure printed so that you can keep in your car with no names attached, just in case somebody on the fly would like you to write a contract or an offer for them. This is a way that you can access the forms for that purpose, and also just to review them so that you can become comfortable with them for when you have the opportunity to go through it with one of your clients. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. I'm just going to open DocuSign. I'm not going to go through command on this because this is not going to be linked to any particular person. This is just going to be, well, the way that I have it in mind is a form room. So we're going to log into DocuSign, again, not having to go through command with this because it's not going to be related to anyone. Of course, if I can get this to work, that would be great. Apparently it does not want to pull up DocuSign. So let's see, try this again. All right, well, that's interesting. Okay, let me try to pull it up. It doesn't matter how you get to it, you just have to get to DocuSign. So here we go, logging in. So when you first come in, it may default to your rooms. It may default to a different area. Mine always defaults to this one room. But to switch, if it doesn't bring you to your rooms, you click on probably your initials or the picture, depending on what you have done up here, and you can go switch to rooms. So you might be in the e-signature when you first log in. So that's how you would, if you were in e-signature, it would say switch to rooms. Okay, so then you can just create a new room and you can name this whatever you want. So for example, like for mine is named forms. Okay, and you're going to be the agent owner, and you can just do list and buy side, and you can create the room. So then you would just save once you enter that stuff. Okay, I'm going to actually, instead of creating a new one, I'm just going to go into mine that I have. So from here, once you've created your room, you don't need to put anything in details because, again, you're looking for this to be more blank forms that you can use to review or for you to utilize and have with you in case you have the situation where somebody wants to sign an exclusive agency with you or write an offer. So you can see here, I already have some things loaded into my forms. So this is what I would recommend doing. So if you need a refresher on how to add, you're just going to click add. These are going to be DocuSign forms, and most of these are going to be KCRAR. You'll see I do have the franchise disclosure in here, so that would be under 284, but everything else is going to be under KCRAR. So if you wanted to add, for example, the exclusive buyer agency contract, you would click that. Same thing with the right to sell. You'll see in here I have both of those right there. I have lead-based paint in case I need to have copies of that. I have the land contract. I have a residential contract. So this is what you would use to write an offer for somebody if they were offering on residential, and this is what you would use for land. A residential lease, because somebody's asked me about it apparently in the past. I have the seller's disclosure for residential, one for condos, permission to show and commission contract. So this is for a for sale by owner. So I've probably added these in at some point in time because I had agents asking me about them. So this is where I add them so that I can review the contracts and make sure that I understand it and that I'm answering questions correctly. Okay, so let's say I wanted to print a copy of this. Okay, you can see here, I click on this little button there, and then you have this download. If for some reason you don't have the download, sometimes it's not available for some reason, you can click on email, and then you can just email a copy of yourself and it will allow you to download it. Okay, I I don't know if you can print. I don't believe you can print. So I always just download it and then print from there if you're wanting to print it. If it's just something that you're wanting to, see on your computer screen so that you can get familiar with the contract, you can just click on it. It will open up and it will load for you to skim through. Okay, again, you don't have to fill anything out, but this is just a great way for you to get familiar with what is in the contract so that when you have a meeting with a client, you can paraphrase that. So you want to be familiar with your buyer agency, your exclusive right to sell, and then your residential real estate contract at a bare minimum to start with. So hopefully this helps. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your coach.